is going to look at you like, show off. What do you want to show? That you're more spiritual, or you know God more?
Ave Maria.
Yeah, Ave Maria, you know, those kinds of things. But if you have somebody who understands your principles like you, the person is going to know it's not from a place of pride. It's just from a place of, oh, this is my own work with God. It's individualistic, in as much as we're in a community, but you have to know God for yourself. So you know, like, okay,
Gesture,
bangwa.
gesture. That's a very big gesture.
Hey loves, welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Elomo, and I film about relationships, growth, lifestyle. And in today's video, we'll have a regular guest on the channel. In short, not regular this year. He was regular last year, but this year he has been doing us 419. Oga, can you tell us why you have been absent here?
It's work.
And people have been commenting on my videos when I upload, where is Martin, where is Martin, where is Martin? And they delete your comments. Why are you deleting your comments when you're asking for Martin? Please, not your girls. So, on that note, I've brought you the highly requested Martin is here. Ta-da! Drum rolls, please. So, on that note, today I literally had to drag him. Let's come film this video because it was high time. I mean, so today's video we'll be talking about spirituality in relationships, and since that he's the highly requested person here, I'm going to let him take the floor.
What an honor. Don't worry. I'll keep making myself available every week.
Please try.
Back
to back.
Okay, today I want to talk about spirituality in relationships.
Okay, first of all, let's get from him what's his own concept of spirituality, because you know spirituality can mean different things for different people at different times in your life. So I want to understand from him first, what's your own concept of spirituality, then connecting it now to a relationship.
Okay, for me spirituality just means simple, God being present.
Okay.
Yes, because God is spirit. So
Okay.
God being present
In a relationship.
So we can see that God being present in a relationship.
All right.
Yes. So when we say now that God being present in a relationship, how do we make sure that God is always present in our relationships? So that has to do with finding ways to or activities to do with our partners or with our friends or with our family. Yes, to make sure that God is present in all our relationships. So we have to learn to pray together. We have to learn to do godly activities together. Probably attending spiritual talks, doing so many things, crusades, and so on. So we have to always make sure that we're on the same thing first before we get into a relationship with anybody. We have to make sure that they have that sense or they fear God first. Because to have a spiritual relationship with somebody that does not fear God, I don't think it's possible.
It will be difficult. Yes. I think it might be possible, but difficult.
Yes, it will be very difficult because they will not even understand the importance. Yes, they will not even understand the importance of you wanting the Spirit of God to be present in your life. Yes, so first thing first, make sure that that person fear God, and then you make sure that or they're in the same page with you with God. Someone who can also fear God,
have the same beliefs.
Yes, like it's important. Yes, they should be Christian so that you can have those activities with them.
But in as much as they should be Christians, I think like you should find somebody who has your same Christian beliefs, because there are Christians and there are Christians. There are some Christians like, or for example, not to bash anybody's faith, for example, let's say Jehovah's Witness Christians, they have their own beliefs about how Christianity should be. They have their own belief how things are supposed to be. Coming to me now, if I have a friend who is a Catholic now, I have a friend who is Jehovah's Witness, I think that we're going to be clashing on so many points, because they have different beliefs on how they see God and how God works, and I have my own personal beliefs. And so when we come together, I feel like there's going to be this clash. We will not have the same things to do. Maybe I'll be like, okay girl, let's go to a restaurant to eat and I do my makeup, and the person be like, no, that thing is devilish, you shouldn't do that, girl, is devilish, don't do. So I feel like in as much as the spirituality is important, you should find a Christian. You should find a Christian who actually has your same beliefs as you, so that you guys will not be clashing and be judging each other, unnecessary quarrels.
Yes, that is true, because most of to have God present in every relationship, make sure that the fear, yeah, the people you are with, they fear God. They have those kind of godly principles like you, and then you get to do so many activities godly. It brings you together, makes you to understand each other. It makes you to be empathetic with each other. That's why sometimes people don't even advise you to get married to someone where you go to these different churches, because when you go to the same church, it gives you this bond. It gives you, you do so many activities together. You get to go to, so because when you're in the same church, churches have activities, you obviously have to go to these activities. Maybe charismatic has this thing, you have to attend together. So many things you are doing together. Find people that have the same principles with you, spiritual principles. This is how they understand God. Get yourself involved with them, and then at the end of the day, because we want to just be closer to God, no matter what spirit, anything we want to do.
Even like you should do the same spiritual activities. I feel like even if you guys are in the same church, but you know there are levels to everything, right? I could be a Christian and I'm just like a lukewarm Christian, while in the same denomination we have the same beliefs, and so that person could be a Christian and like fire on Jesus Christian. So even at that point, I don't feel like it should be something that should drift you guys apart. If you have a friend who is like fire on God Christian and you're like a lukewarm Christian, instead the two can instead blend and make the friendship or the whatsoever ship to be stronger. Do you get? Because if maybe there's a program happening in church, or just randomly you guys decide like, oh girl, let's fast, let's have a fast for like maybe say 2 weeks, and this other person is like, no, I cannot, I'll be able just for 1 week, I don't have that kind of resistance for 2 weeks. And you'll be like, the other person who has the resistance should not just bash this one like, no, you cannot be my friend, you're not spiritual enough, that kind of feeling. But you should be like, okay, since that you cannot go for 2 weeks, let's start together. Where you end, I'm going to do my own personal, I'll continue from there. So you guys start fasting together, and when the person's 1 week ends, you continue. But you are continuing because you have your walk with God, you know what you want. But that other person, you don't know how you are actually motivating that other person. So it has a way now that it makes you guys to get closer. That's somebody who also is intentional about the spiritual life like you. So the person is even not going to look at you like you want to show off. That's the first thing. Because if you're hanging around people who don't have your same spiritual views, and you say, oh, you want to go for your own 2 weeks fast, the person is going to look at you like, show off. What do you want to show? That you're more spiritual, or you know God more?
Ave Maria.
Yeah, Ave Maria, you know, those kinds of things. But if you have somebody who understands your principles like you, the person is going to know it's not from a place of pride. It's just from a place of, oh, this is my own work with God. It's individualistic, in as much as we're in a community, but you have to know God for yourself. So you know, like, okay, this is my own work with God, I will go for 2 weeks, but you go for 1 week, let's start together. And that activity actually bonds people, because accountability, you have somebody who can remind you like, what's the time? We say we're going to pray every 2 o'clock, every this o'clock. People have a program, so that you guys are not idle during the fasting. You guys have a program that people follow, so it just keeps you guys connected to one another,
and it helps you. It just makes you be kinder, because when you are fasting, you say, okay, I want to give what I'll be eating for this 1 week, I want to give it to someone, or I want to give it out. That's a very, very big gesture. That's a very big gesture you have done, because that's a very big thing, because you don't know who you'll be feeding for that 1 week with what you say, okay, you don't want to eat.
Spirituality in relationships is underrated. No matter the relationship you are, be it friendship, be it parentship, be it what relationship with the society, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever relationship you are in, spirituality should not be underrated, because it has a way of putting you guys together, when you guys have a common ground that you know that this is God is our focus. Because there are friendships that scatter. I've seen friendships of 20 years and just a small misunderstanding that you see that this is the devil's work that is even just trying to break you guys, and they fall into that temptation and break up. I have seen that, and I'm asking myself, like, how did you guys get to this point of being friends for 20 years and boom, something happens and you guys fall apart, you see? But I feel like if you guys had this spiritual connection, it's going to be more difficult for you guys to break like that, because you know that people understand certain things. People can know that, okay, this is the devil trying to come in between us. This is the, so let's keep our focus, our head straight in the right point. Yes. Have I said it? I've been preaching.
Preach, girl.
Okay, do you have anything to say?
No, I don't think so. You have said it all. I just want to conclude by saying that at the end of the spirituality in relationship is the bedrock of every. It should be the bedrock of every relationship. It should be the foundation of every relationship. Be your foundations from that.
And remember, I would say spirituality relationship means God being present. So anyhow you want to involve God there, he should be present. That's just what we're saying. It must not be true what the examples I gave, maybe going for a concert or maybe fasting together. Any way that works for you and the other person. Yes. Find the common ground that works for you guys, for God to be present, and that should just be it. Anyhow you want to involve him, the end point is that he should be in that relationship, no matter how. That should be the end point. Okay. So if you watched till this point, I'm truly grateful. That means you're the real MVP. I've brought you guys your package. Yes. Can I rest now? Please clap for me. So please make sure you subscribe before heading out. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. You know, help one another. Let's all grow in the work. What? In the what? In the way of the Lord. Let's all grow in the way of the Lord. Thank you so much for watching again. We're going to see you unfailingly on our next one. Bye, fam.